No.
No? Okay.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
Okay. Well, what's going on, nerds? And welcome to this week's episode of Nerds Doing Nerd Things, where we're talking about Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. Did I get the name right?
You did.
Okay, because that seems to be the battle for me now. With me today, as always, is my wonderful co-host, Susie Cromwell. Say hi, Susie.
You fucked up my name.
It says Susie Cromwell. There's no hyphen, James.
There is a hyphen. Oh, what's not fixed on here?
Yeah,
Hold
that's why I was being a butthead.
Hold on, I'll fix it.
Then we're gonna, send it over to Gandalf the Smelly.
There you go.
You could see Will on both screens. It's kind of funny. Send it over to
Watch,
James
he'll
the
forget which screen
Gray.
he's talking to and turn around and talking to mine.
Hi guys.
Because that's better.
James is playing the role of James the Gray or Naruto the Gray.
Kakashi the Gray.
And there is Rob. Rob, what's your name?
Elagast.
Yes. All right. His name is Elagast. We will probably get into why he named himself Elagast, but later on.
Background.
Nope.
Same background as last week.
Yeah. So it's the video game, Lord of the Rings, The Third Age.
So before we get into the Two Towers, we have a very special guest for a quick segment this week for the Revline Racing's segment. It is the owner, Ryan Crowford. Dude, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate everything Nerds is doing for us. So we've had quite a lot of momentum this last week, mostly thanks to Nerds Doing Nerd Things and everything they're doing for us, allowing us to bring in some engineers and stuff like that to help us out on the team. So it took us a couple of weeks to build up some momentum, but luckily we got that momentum built, and we had a couple of wins last week at Vegas with NASCAR Racing Series and a couple top five. So we have a lot of momentum built up, and we're hoping to continue that this week at Phoenix. And Nerds Doing Nerd Things is helping us a lot with that, like I said, with engineers and such. And we have a couple other sponsors, AIM Supplements. They're helping us a bunch. Mall Energy is helping us a bunch. A couple other personal sponsors like Resurgence Apparel, my secondary company behind Revline. We're bringing on a bunch of apparel and stuff for the team, and that's helping a ton, obviously, with drivers, with funding and stuff like that. So we're looking at introducing some jerseys and stuff like that for team members. Capola possibly is one as well. So yeah, just really appreciate everything Nerds is doing, and we're gaining a lot of progress really quick. So we're hoping we can keep the momentum up going in the future weeks here.
So question, if anybody wanted to purchase a t-shirt or a jersey or anything like that, is there a website they can go to?
Yeah, we've been working on the coding on that this past weekend. So it's taken a little bit of time to kind of work out some bugs and stuff, but we're hoping to officially launch it here maybe this weekend. So the website's theresurgenceapparel.com. You can check it out. Should be live to look at it. Probably just won't be able to purchase things yet. But it's coming along, just taking some time with coding and designing and that kind of stuff. But yeah, Resurgence Apparel, theresurgenceapparel.com. Check it out. Also check out Revline's social medias, Revline Racing 22, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. It's all the same.
All these links will be posted in the bio.
Yeah, exactly. I'll get with Ryan and make sure we can get all the links in one post, so I can then put it in, obviously, the audio, and then I can forward it over to Susie to put in the YouTube. So Ryan, I want to thank you completely for coming on, and Nerds Doing Nerd Things. What, Susie?
I'm just thinking about the video I made for you last night.
Oh, the 625, which everybody
Yeah.
can see on our YouTubes now, or at the end of this video. But Ryan, thank you for coming on Revline Racing. As much as I'm a driver for Revline Racing, I do spot for Andrew Moratz. That's a lot of fun, and I really enjoy like the partnership we have. You guys plug us, we plug you, and
You guys are awesome. So that's all you got for me.
yeah.
Yeah.
Also, thank you for lending Mike Robinson to us a couple weeks ago for Ghostbusters. He is a very awesome character and kind of crazy, and we kind of like kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't for you guys, we'd be behind the ball right now as far as like engineers and that kind of stuff. You guys are helping us a ton with Nerds doing their things. Also, I forgot to mention, next month we're going to be running the first Nerds paint scheme for the Cup Series, NASCAR iRacing Series. So that's really exciting. We're hoping we can pull some wins. That's pretty big deal. We're really excited about it. We should have a ton of momentum then. So we're looking really good. We have some drivers that are really picking things up and learning some stuff. Kyle Tate, one of those drivers that is just doing really awesome. He's a guy that you definitely want to keep an eye on. And I really am hoping that he can pull together a win for us next month in that Nerds car. So thank you again, everybody at Nerds for doing your thing and helping us as much as possible.
Yeah, anytime you scratch our back, we scratch your back. We plug each
Literally.
other, we help each other. We are on the April scheme, we are on the July scheme, and then we are also doing a special Childhood Cancer Awareness Month in September. Did I get that right, Ryan?
Yes, yep, that's correct.
And we are going to go balls to the wall plugging childhood cancer awareness all September. It's going to be on their cars. It's going to be all over our channel, and it's going to hopefully go very well. You're going to get a lot of support from all our fans, all our group, and can't wait
we'll
to
make sure
see
to
how
send
much
out
money we
reminders.
raise.
Because I won't remember. We'll send out reminders. No, we worry.
Oh, I have it in my phone already. All right, dude. Well, thank you for stopping by. Any last thoughts before we let you go do your iRacing stuff?
Nope. Just like I said, thank you guys a lot. We really appreciate it. We're hoping we can keep up this momentum at Phoenix. So we're gonna get to work. We're working on that right now. So yeah, thanks for having me on, guys. I really appreciate it.
Anytime.
All right, Ryan. That's Ryan Crowford from Revline Racing. Great race team. They have plenty of momentum, like you heard. He said, can't wait to talk to more guys from Revline probably in the upcoming weeks. And we will be right back. All right, everybody. Now that our wonderful interview with Revline Racing's Ryan Crowford is over, Susie made a bunch of questions like she always does. I only read like the first 4.
Like you always do.
Like I always do. She beat me to saying it. So with that being said, everybody, let's get to it. Susie, what is the first question?
Was it hard to follow 3 different storylines?
Yes. Next.
I was like waiting for somebody to come out and just scream yes from the woodwork. I got so many things.
Listen here.
Do I need to elaborate, or can I just say yes?
I mean, you can elaborate, but apparently Will wants us to listen here
Listen here.
and hasn't said anything yet.
Listen here, Thought Waffles.
The fuck?
It's hard enough to follow one D&D campaign. It is difficult to then have to do 3.
It's
like, all right, gotta roll my elf, gotta load
Will just got distracted.
I don't remember his name.
Legolas,
Gimli, Aragorn.
Thank you. All right, gotta roll attack for Legolas. Will, it's Frodo's turn, motherfucker.
Oh my god.
The worst part is he's not fucking wrong.
No. My least favorite though
Gotta roll my animal handling check for Mary.
So, Rob, were you here when I was making my commentary? Because you guys, I think you guys were watching in the other room, and you guys, Ethan knows my feelings on this because I was watching it with Ethan at one point. I hate the Frodo, Sam, and Gollum scenes. I hate them, not for what they contain because they contain good elements, but because you go from action-packed sequences to slow as molasses.
That's why it worked much better in the regular edition. In the extended edition, which is what we've been watching, or watching all extended editions, there's a reason why they cut out a lot of the scenes they did.
Now I understand why, but it's just no. I'm so excited for the third movie because I like those scenes so much better.
Yeah, the third
this-
scenes, they're quintessential, some of them.
So
Yeah.
here's my issue that I had with it,
Mm.
and it's gonna be weird. It's just how my brain works. You throw one thing at me, I can follow that completely. All right, you throw in two things at me, I might be able to catch them both. But now we're playing find the ball.
No, AJ, it's find
Where's
the
the
ring.
ball?
It's find the ring.
I have the ring. It lights up. I can't lose it. Shut the fuck up, Susie. God damn it.
And I'll tell you this, Sauron couldn't do it either.
I'm more concerned that took AJ way too long.
I'm more concerned that
Oh,
it's not
oh
butter.
shit. It works. Oh god. Oh, okay.
I can't believe it's not butter.
He will be using that expression a lot with me. Just that good.
Bitch. Oh, it came out way too hard.
You good?
Or is it
Why are
now?
you nipping my hand?
Because I can't nip the chair, Mommy, because you sprayed it with Ucky.
Yeah, you sprayed it with Ucky, bitch.
It's literally called bitter yuck. It's literally called yucky.
The dog likes to chew things. Let's just say dog likes to chew everything. So you have to scotch-proof the house.
Everything.
So moving along to the next question. Ow. We get to see the battle between Gandalf and the Balrog. What were your initial reactions?
Let me tell you something. I watched that scene like 4 times. Like seriously, I watched it like 4 times. They were how do you say that? Not Gandalf.
Balrog.
Balrog was falling.
Balrog.
Balrog was just falling. That's it. Gandalf was falling, fighting with style. Like, if I'm going to die, you are going to bleed by 1,000 cuts. James, you're laughing too hard. Talk.
If this is equivalent of Smash Brothers, Gandalf was trying to spike the shit out of him multiple times.
Fuck you. Fuck you. I've
What
played
was
you
that
in Super
about?
Smash Bros. And I was like, I suck at this. But then you're like, I should never have picked up this game. You beat me really bad. Really, really bad.
Where are you kidding?
Rob, what are your thoughts on the falling with style?
I goddamn loved it. It was just seeing them zooming out as he's falling over the underground river, and just knowing the size of the Balrog, seeing that little tiny ass flame, and realizing that is not going to be a comfortable splash.
No. And I have plenty of questions when we get to a certain part in the movie. But Susie, Will, what are your thoughts on it?
It's one of my favorite scenes, and you don't realize that. Well, one of the things that I like that the director did, I don't know if it happened in the book, is they made it into a dream sequence for Frodo. Or at least that's what it seems like, is it's a dream sequence for Frodo. So I like that they kind of did that. I also like the fact that Gandalf had an ending. Told you he died.
But then he came back.
Right, but I told you he died.
Gandalf lives.
I have so many questions just because of that, and they'll get answered. I'm not worried about that. But let's continue. Will?
Meow.
No?
I said meow.
Oh, I was like, what do you mean no?
You
What
don't have
kind
an
of
answer to the Gandalf and Balrog fight?
It was beautiful.
That's what they're asking.
It was beautiful.
Sorry, can you say it again?
Why are you sucking up to me?
I don't know yet.
What did he? Maybe he shit in the carpet on and not the dog.
I'm not cleaning that up.
Rusty's turn to clean it up.
Yes, it is. It is Rusty's turn.
Oh, I am so dead.
I apologize if these questions are a little out of order.
A little.
Rob with the shade.
Rob's gonna throw shade at me. At least all my spelling is correct today.
No, it
No.
isn't.
What didn't I spell right?
You capitalized all of "ent," but not the "s" at the end of it. I don't know how you fucked up that hard.
It's plural. You don't have to. Okay.
I think he did it
No, I
just
mean
to
you
piss you off.
capitalized "ent" lowercase s.
Yeah.
Why did you capitalize all of "ent" and not the s?
Hey, James, can you fade into the background? Because I think somebody needs that shotgun.
Rob's gonna die today.
Yeah, it's the oddest.
Because that spelling mistake was in there when I asked him to check for spelling mistakes. So I'm ignoring that one and Rob can eat a dick.
Oh, damn!
I
had to
asked you.
Yes,
I
you
asked
did,
you.
and I ignored that one so that we could have this talk, so that people know.
Oh,
Oh, he.
I'm not even mad about it. I'm not even mad. Like that's genius.
Man,
But like, Rob.
man, he did that just so he could throw fucking shade on podcast. What the
Yeah.
fuck, Rob?
He likes throwing shade at me in some way.
I feel like I'm going to get attacked just for getting attacked sake.
I have fun digging things out of my dog's mouth, so there's
That
that.
sounded weird.
Did it twice.
Okay, so where do we want to go to next on this Maury show?
What do you think of the decision to capture Gollum and use him?
Wait, did James get his answer?
Yeah, he was the
Yeah.
first one I think I sent it to.
Okay.
So Gollum Returning #1, I was kind of what?
Continue.
Okay.
I'm not sure what's going on here.
Doggy tried to steal my socks.
Ooh, what a dick. Gollum Returning #1, I was kind of popping really hard for because you didn't see him in the first Fellowship of the Rings, right? You didn't see him in that one at
Yeah,
all.
I got like glimpses from the distance.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And as he's coming over the peak, I'm like, "Gee!" And Frodo and Sam already sensed somebody was there, so I think they were kind of faking sleeping so they can like surprise attack Gollum. And I'm on full board with Sam not to trust Gollum, but then slowly I started wanting to trust Gollum a little bit because you saw his inner fight with himself. But I really liked it because he's like, I know how to get to Mordor. Fine, we tie a rope around you. Show us, pet. Stop laughing, Susie.
But it's accurate.
Okay, fine. Continue laughing because I thought you were going to disagree with me.
No, it's accurate. There's a lot of things though that I disagree with. I don't like the treatment that they do of Gollum because Frodo was right in his treatment of Gollum because it's different from what Gollum has previously experienced.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like he kind of did you just spray your socks with the bitter yuck?
No, I sprayed more in my chair with the bitter yuck, and it's in my mouth. It's on.
I don't think he has looked at the screen to see my expression. Why? Why would you do that?
I wasn't
But
intentional.
why?
It was I sprayed it, and I guess some of it was in the air and got in my mouth.
Hold on. For everybody watching at home, mind you, for our audio listeners, these are going to upload same day as the audio releases. Feel free to pinpoint this time and go back to it. But here it is. Here it is for your audio listeners. Audio YouTube watchers. For Will.
That was a nice meaty slap.
Yeah. Does your head hurt now?
Oh, like you don't fucking believe.
Was it worth it?
I don't know at the moment.
Well, wasn't the head
continue.
with the ring on it?
Rob, I swear, if you cast wedding ring one more goddamn time.
We're so far off track right now.
What about the wedding ring me and Will have?
So Gollum, my thoughts on him.
So what I was saying was that I like that Frodo treated him differently because like that was different than Gollum's past experiences. So Gollum was more apt to do things for him. But I really like how Sam handled it, where he kind of followed Frodo's lead but didn't trust Gollum.
Well, I think Sam kind of plays himself as like the side character, like the sidekick. So he was gonna follow Frodo's lead no matter what. He just kind of voiced his opinion. He was like, I don't know. I don't know why I'm doing that accent. My head freaking hurts now.
I got nothing.
Okay, fine. Rob, what do you have?
Oh, look at that. Lembas. Oh, yeah. More Lembas bread. I loved
There's a mark.
seeing Gollum just slowly come down the cliff. And the scenes where Gollum is talking to Smeagol, because they are legitimately two separate characters, were some of the best interactions I've seen. Because there's legitimately just one character talking to himself.
So, question.
Isn't it one of the best representations in cinematic history of one of the mental illnesses?
Split personality disorder?
Something like that, yeah.
But I do have a question.
It's dissociative identity disorder.
That.
DID.
That's
So-
what Rob just said. I knew it was something.
Was this Andy Serkis back then too?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, he is good.
And the fun thing is, most of the crew thought Gollum was just going to be a CG character. The second they saw Circus coming out with the costume on, they're like, what? Who's that? That's Gollum. But we actually have someone playing Gollum.
Yeah. It was fantastic. And like you see the behind scenes clips for it and you're like,
Yeah, I love Andy Serkis. He's Planet of the Apes. I can't think of the ape he is. Caesar. He's Claw from the Marvel movies. He's in a lot of other stuff that I'm absolutely brain farting on now.
he's in The Batman as Alfred.
Yes, I forgot. I did forget that. The reason why I forgot that is because I've erased that movie. It's not that it wasn't bad. I'm very pissed off at the movie theater. So I will be.
Don't you mean it's not that it wasn't good?
Yo, no.
The theater we went to.
It was good.
Bad.
The theater we went to was bad, so I completely striked the memory of watching the movie, so I can go back and watch it for the first time again in a better
I was gonna say
movie
I want to
theater.
go see it again.
Yeah.
I mean, I can actually go see it this time.
We'll see.
No, you have D&D.
Fuck you.
Anyone else want to chime in on Gollum and using him to guide them
Gollum.
toward Mordor while I
Mother daughter.
James?
not okay.
My head hurts.
No, I'm like, you guys pretty much covered the entire thing. I think the thing I just loved the most was, and I remember still actually being freaked out by hearing him scream, it burns when he put the rope on him.
I love the elbow rope. It doesn't really come into play often, but when it does, it's hilarious.
I love that rope. Willie, got anything to add?
Dramatic backflip. My processes.
I thought he said his prostate for a moment there, and I'm like, well, okay.
You're not 50 yet.
I will check myself for the prostate cancer.
You have fun with that?
Miko,
I have so many questions. I don't
Miko's
think
a
any of
good
them-
boy and just wants his preciousness.
Is that the studded dildo up your ass?
Maybe.
I was really hoping Rob was taking a drink and that would have just went.
No, you cut out just for a second. So I didn't hear it.
Probably for the best.
It probably is for the best, Rob. Trust me.
So, next question, so we can go off topic on that question now.
What do you think of the interaction between Aragorn's party and the group of... I'm not trying that one. Not
Rohirrim.
trying. Thank you. And what did they learn of Merry and Pippin's fate? Ow.
I keep going first because it's fresh in my head. Because I just finished it last night.
I just finished it this morning, so
Okay,
there's
bite
that.
me. I was like, they better not be dead. Number one. Number two, when that not Aragorn's party, the other riders that killed all the orcs.
The Rohirrim.
They're
Yeah,
all here.
thank you.
Now
When
know how
they
to
said
pronounce
we
it, I'm
left
fine.
nobody, when they said we left nobody alive, and the bodies are burned over there, and Aragorn finds the blade holder. Ow!
The dagger.
Yeah. I was like,
Daggers.
no, they were kind of my favorite characters. I really liked them. And I got really sad and almost turned it off, but then I watched Aragorn, like they were laying right here. There's hobbit footprints going that way into the oh shit, they're in the trees.
You have
Yeah.
to remember that he's a ranger.
Like New
He's
York
the
Ranger or
Ranger.
Texas Ranger?
He's a ranger of the North. North Star. Because he's got the even star. Get it?
Is he related to Walker, Texas Ranger?
Roundhouse
Don't
kicks
get better.
over.
No, Walken, Texas Ranger.
No, I'm laughing at what James said. It's roundhouse kicks. What'd you say?
Roundhouse kicks gonna work right in the face. Ends the whole entire conflict. What the fuck, bro?
That wasn't in the script. Rob, what are your thoughts on it?
I love the scene where Aragorn was just doing his ranger thing, but the scene right before that where he kicks the head. A lot of people know this, but I'll say it anyway. That moment where he kicked the head, he broke his toe.
Aragorn?
Aragorn, he broke his toe in that scene. The actor, and that scream was him both acting and legitimately screaming that he just broke his toe.
Is that why he fell down too?
Yes, because he was just like, ah!
See, that's very good to not scream an expletive and have to do the whole scene over again.
Especially with a broken toe and having to kick it again with the other foot.
You probably kicked it differently the second time.
Mother Tink. Ah!
Oh, God.
Ah,
James,
Do
what
that
about-
scene again. No, everyone pretty much covered it. Even the roundhouse kick.
that's okay. Okay.
I like how they were like despairing for like fucking what's felt like 10 minutes and I'm like fucking tracks, boys! Let's go find our bitches.
Hold on, correction. They were all like, "Oh no." Anyway.
Meanwhile.
Gimli was the most visibly upset. I love his facial expressions.
Yeah.
Underneath all of that, the mustache, the beard, like his facial expressions. I love it.
Him through the whole movie showed so much emotion.
He was the
I-
comedy of this movie, pretty much.
What?
He was the comedy of this movie in some points. Like he was the
Yes.
humor in some aspects.
Yes.
Yes.
When that final battle, we'll get to it.
Oh my god.
That's one of my favorite.
I'm gonna make a joke for that final battle. What?
Ups to Isengard, to Isengard.
You just brought me back to nostalgia. I was 3 o'clock in the morning singing.
Take you to Isengard.
What
Okay,
did you say?
apparently everybody's gonna say it.
What did you say?
I was gonna say
Okay.
brain fart.
Who does the party meet up with in the forest to go save Merry and Pippin? But they didn't really go save Merry and Pippin, but they were on their way to save Merry and Pippin when they found this character.
Saruman.
It was not Saruman.
It technically is Saruman.
I mean, yeah, but he doesn't go
Or
by
what
that.
he's supposed to be.
Yeah. Gandalf
So wait,
the
wait,
White.
wait. Gandalf is dead, but Saruman's good half is now in Gandalf's body.
No. So
You see how I can get that mixed up, right?
yes.
Yes.
So Saruman is Saruman the White. Gandalf, when he's resurrected, is who Saruman is supposed to be. Saruman the White that we know has deviated from his path.
Yeah, no kidding.
So it's not that he split into a good person, bad person. He literally deviated from his path.
Okay, so he didn't do a Kingdom Hearts villain.
No.
I
So
was
here's the
just
thing.
about to make that joke. I'm about to go, what the fuck's name in the creation of Sora is going on here?
In the book, they explain it a little bit better. When Gandalf is first taken prisoner,
We just broke Susie's brain.
because I think here and now might be a good time to say, Susie. Hi, Susie.
No,
Look at the.
No, you're good.
Okay.
They broke my brain with the Kingdom Hearts reference.
So
We're
I'm
not
good.
wrong
When-
though.
when Saruman first takes out Gandalf, he calls himself Saruman of many colors, and his robe becomes a twisting rainbow of colors. So he had abandoned the white mantle. So there was no white wizard at that point. So when Gandalf died and came back, he had the ability to take that slot and become Gandalf the White.
So question, Gandalf coming back, is this only temporary till the job is done? Because he mentions, I'm here to fulfill my duty, something like that.
I'm not comfortable answering this question until you've seen the last movie.
Fuck.
It's a spoiler. Like I
So
don't feel
it
comfortable
was a
answering that
good
without.
question in the time. It's just watch the next movie.
Yes.
Yes.
It's a
Your
good
answer.
question. It's
Your answer lies in the path ahead.
just...
What's with you and the fucking riddles?
Not a fucking riddle. Take a fucking step. It's that way. Oh, you old man.
Geronimo!
Oh, your ass belongs to me now, bitch.
It's time to learn Elvish, motherfucker.
Called Sindarin.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Nerds Doing Nerd Things After Dark.
We have leaped off the deep end here. I'm going to ask the next question now.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on Treebeard and the... Is it ENT or is it ENT?
It's Ent, as in Treant.
Okay. Design.
It's not an NFT. It's just an Ent.
I thought they were cool.
Thanks. Now we're
I
gonna-
kind of thought they were about to die when they started trampling the orcs. And I'm like, well, there goes Merry and Pippin for the second time. But then the Ent takes him to Saruman the White or Gandalf the White, right?
It was Gandalf. This.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's when it opens up. I was like, oh, these guys aren't bad guys. They're more neutral than anything.
They're the Swiss. If the Swiss actually were the mountain.
God damn it, Rob. Susie, why does it look like I said something wrong?
You didn't. I'm just playing catch up at this point because you skipped a whole bunch of steps and went straight to Isengard.
I did.
No, because you said the word Saruman, and she made the skip, not you.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right.
It's, I had to play catch up and go, where did we go? Okay, I'm caught up.
Her brain
Go-
her brain hit a scratch and skipped ahead a bit. She had to rewind the tape.
Go ahead, Rob. What are your thoughts on it?
I love the goddamn Ent designs. In the book, they don't explain it, but there's a reason why you don't see any female Ents, and there were female Ents. Most of them were killed off.
Yeah, Treebeard says something similar to that in the movie. Doesn't
There are
say
no more
exactly-
Ent wives.
Yeah, there's no more Ent wives. He doesn't say that they were killed off, but he at least says that there's no more Ent wives. Kind of, I'm a dying breed.
I think the area that Isengard is in is where the female Ents were. And because he had stopped hearing anything from them, they assumed they were all dead.
Yeah.
And they are all dead. The tree Ents that you see now are the last of the Ents. There's old man Willow in the Shire who can't move, but the rest are just sort of around.
Old man Willow. James, what do you think of the Treebeard and the designs?
Fucking love them. That's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Will, you got anything to add to James's wonderful masterpiece?
No.
No.
Oh, hold on.
Roll your damn d20. Not onto the floor.
15 plus 5, modular 20.
So, Susie,
No.
Told you he's gonna do it in mine. What?
I couldn't help but you don't notice that you don't have a next question.
Oh yeah, there's a gap there. What were you gonna put there?
I don't know, because I don't know which one he's looking at.
The one.
Let's see. Thoughts on Treebeard? Nothing. What are your thoughts on Gandalf?
Oh. So I was editing it as you were going. I wasn't putting anything in there.
Oh, okay.
There was
I thought
nothing
that
to
was
go in there.
intermission
It's
time.
just I was trying to reorder the questions and I ended up with gaps when I screenshotted it and sent it to you. Then my computer and I had a fight and I lost. So
Damn.
Yeah.
Took the L there.
Taking so many L's.
Okay, well, after nothing, what's your next question?
what are your thoughts on Gandalf releasing Theoden?
Theoden.
And what?
Theoden.
Did you
Theoden.
when a woman says what
Really?
after you say something,
Really?
you do not answer
That's
back.
It's not misspelled. It's pronounced Theoden.
Well, ducky then. Okay. What are your thoughts on Gandalf releasing Theoden
There you
and the
go.
graphics making someone younger?
Somebody else go because I'm trying to remember this part.
So I actually really loved this scene because it was very reminiscent of in the Fellowship where Gandalf is kind of like, you shall not pass. Gandalf is like, get the fuck out. I'm done with your shit. Get the fuck out. And the minute Saruman leaves, like his control leaves Theoden's body, you see Theoden getting younger. It's like regression. It was so cool to see how they accomplished this.
Oh yeah. The king.
Like I absolutely loved it. Like I was on my way to bed and I purposely stopped and watched this scene before I left to go to bed because it's that amazing.
What's messed up, and this is all, after the thought, they should have killed him.
Who?
The servant for Saruman that was keeping the king.
Oh, Grima Wormtongue.
Oh, I have a question about him. I do.
Oh,
We can
okay.
touch on that now if
You
you'd
don't-
like.
Well, no,
AJ, you don't trust the guy with a last name Wormtongue? I mean, come on, that's truly a trustworthy last name.
I don't
mean,
trust Wormtail, Wormtongue, Voldemort, Saruman.
Saruman's stinky.
I thought Gandalf was smelly.
No, Saruman's even stinky.
no. See, we have Gandalf the Smelly and Saruman the Smelly. We also have Radagast the Pooh.
I heard he was called Radagast the Gassy.
That was
There you go.
My brain hurts.
So yeah, I liked that whole age regression scene because it reminded me because this came out sometime before Pirates of the Caribbean, right?
Yes.
The first one?
This was 03, 04?
Yes. So this was that's to give you an idea because some of the scenes in Pirates of the Caribbean were a technical marvel then. The scenes in The Lord of the Rings Two Towers were even more of a marvel then. Even though now you have goddamn everything that's come out in the last year. But yeah, I liked it. And do you want to do the Wormtongue thing now or the Helm's Deep thing?
I was gonna do.
I
let's do
was
the
doing that,
the worm
bitch.
tongue thing now because they tie together.
Bitch, I was in the middle of fucking writing that.
You're very welcome.
Like, I am not even joking.
So
Bitch.
Wormtongue goes to see Saruman. Which we know Wormtongue goes to see Saruman. Did you agree with Theoden's decision to evacuate to Helm's Deep?
Yes.
See, I agree with it.
Looking at Edoras, the capital of Rohan, super indefensible. Super indefensible. You've got wooden walls on a hill surrounded by open plains. Great for a cavalry army to defend if they have a cavalry army, but all their guys just fucked off to the Winterlands.
Speaking of it, well, speaking not the cavalry, but of the capital. Have you ever watched the movie and noticed that they have like they have like houses on the hill, and there's a set of houses that are behind the fence that you can't get to?
Yeah.
So I have a question.
Ethan
on
and I
that.
spent 20 minutes trying to figure out how to get to those houses.
So why did they go to that fort when you knew Wormtail was telling them they're going to that
So
fort?
they didn't know that Wormtail was going to Saruman.
I
They should have assumed that he was going to go to Saruman.
Yeah, no kidding.
But they didn't know that he was going to Saruman. Helm's Deep is easily defensible. And we learned a couple of things later. But it's easily defensible because it's in a mountainside. You really only have to defend one side.
One angle. You can't attack it from above. Very important thing because there's an overhang. So
Yeah.
most of the defenses are you have to attack from the front. You can't drop boulders from the top. And the walls themselves are incredibly sturdy, so no basic siege equipment is going to get through except for that one part of the wall. But the second you break that wall, you have to deal with a second wall on the inside. Or if you're going from the long wall, you have to break down 3 walls.
Rob, you play a game on your laptop that is pretty much a tower defense, am I right?
Are you referring to Warhammer?
Yeah.
Total War Warhammer is yeah.
The way the place we're talking about that I can't think of the name of, Helm's Deep is built, how well would that work in Warhammer?
Considering that Total War as a system has an entire overhaul mod for Lord of the Rings, where you can play the entire Lord of the Rings map with fully modeled and rendered battlefields that I have played on.
I don't think we were gonna
very
get that
well.
into
Very well. I especially enjoy fighting on Helm's Deep as the defenders. Because when you know that the torchbearers are coming, you can easily shoot at them. See the guy running at you with a full torch, looking very stacked, and he's gonna you just shoot the fucker. You don't ask questions.
Did you just take a picture of your dog sleeping in the
Yes.
bed?
Yeah. He's sleeping.
Oh, I bet you that's going on the dog's Instagram.
It is going on the dog's Instagram. Don't you judge me.
Oh, full judge.
Too late. I already.
You judge me every day of your life.
I do.
For further
Jim-
knowledge, too, Edoras gets attacked after they evacuate.
So they
and
have
it
no
do-
home to go back to?
No, they have to rebuild it, which isn't going to be hard. It was all wood.
Oh.
The stone foundations are still there. It's very easy to rebuild because it wasn't a very large capital. Most of their military force was constantly on the move.
So, James, what are your thoughts on the question? Surprise,
Hogwarts for this.
motherfucker.
Yeah, pretty much.
Rob, do you want to give James the rundown on what the question was while Susie posts the picture to Instagram?
It's easy. Do you agree with Theoden's decision to go to Helm's
Oh.
Deep?
Yeah, I shook my head like a madman multiple times. Yeah. I was like bobbing my head like I was listening to music over here. I was like, yeah, I was bobbing my head. I was like, yeah, I agree.
Well, I didn't know if you were listening to music or something. You know,
No, I was.
I thought I
chill.
heard X going to give it to you.
It might have been playing down the street. I don't know.
Will, what are your
By the
thoughts
way-
as your wife is singing in the background?
I agree with the decision only because like even if they wanted to go and like get help from the other kingdoms, I don't think they had the time.
Let's
There
do
comes
get
a
help.
time in
I
a
don't want to
kingdom.
do let's get help.
AJ, there comes a time in anybody's life or in a kingdom's life where you have to run like a little bitch, and that was the time.
There comes a time.
They also couldn't really get to the other kingdoms.
Mhm.
Honor to the north, or not Honor. The I think it was Mirkwood that was directly to the north of them. No, not Mirkwood. Mirkwood is the Elven Kingdom that Galadriel's in.
Rivendell? No.
No, that's
Lothlorien?
Elrond. Lothlorien. There we go. I don't think Lothlorien could have readily sent troops to defend Edoras.
No. No, they couldn't have.
So what elves showed up? Was that elves?
It was
Those were the
Elrond.
elves. Those were the elves from Lothlorien.
Lothlorien.
Oh.
Galadriel's elves.
Yeah, well, they were sent with a message from Elrond.
Yeah, they were sent already ahead of time.
Yeah.
If Rohan had sent out messengers to get to Lothlorien to rally troops, it would have taken days. They had maybe 2 to get to Helm's Deep and defend themselves.
Yeah.
They could not hold Edoras, no matter how much they wanted to.
So shall we move on?
So, as a result of Theoden's decision to evacuate to Helm's Deep, do you think that Theoden is prepared for the coming battle? Now, we know that Wormtongue is spilling all of these secrets of Helm's Deep and telling Saruman how to knock everything down.
So I think Theoden is kind of, I don't want to say full of himself, but he takes a lot of pride in his kingdom. So he's talking it up. Of course we're ready. Why wouldn't we be ready? Do you see where we are? While I think a little bit of him is like, yeah, well, there's a slight possibility we could be fucked. No?
I agree with you. The only thing I was going to add is that I feel like it's not that he doomed his people, but I feel like he there's no true escape. Like if they got overrun, there's no way for the women and children to escape.
Yeah,
there
there's
is
no
a way.
back end of the cave, right?
There is a way
There
for
was
them to escape.
There was a postern gate at the back of the mountainside that they were in. It was very hard to get through an intractable land. The elderly were basically going to be forced to stay behind and be a sacrificial force for the orcs so that they could get the women and children out.
So, like, and this is where I agree with his decision to go to Helm's Deep, but I feel like he underestimated the force that would be sent against him. I don't think he was expecting as large of a force that came. Because I don't feel like he felt he was a threat.
I can just imagine if the elves did not show up, how much fuck they would be.
They wouldn't have lasted.
They would be dead.
They wouldn't have lasted as long because that was a dedicated force of elite archers, which is what you need when you're standing on a wall. Most of Rohan's forces at the time were either conscripts who did not know how to fight or cavalrymen without their horses. Those are two things you do not want staffing your walls. You want dedicated heavy infantry in plate armor holding those walls, or at worst, chainmail, everything chainmail, and they know how to hold a freaking sword.
Yeah.
A freaking laser beam.
Firing my lasers.
There were a few good things going for Theoden. One, he had kept Helm's Deep always stocked with food.
Food.
It was stocked with provisions. They had weapons. They had everything they needed.
They had everything they needed to last a prolonged siege. The problem was this was not a siege. When you think siege, it isn't attacking the walls. That is a storm.
I will build a wall.
In a siege, the enemy army encircles your exit routes and sits there and waits for you to run out of food.
Well, that's kind of what I was waiting to see if they were going to use the back exit, see if they were back there.
In a siege situation, the defenders just hold up, turtle down, and wait, and maybe throw arrows out. In a regular situation, the orcs and Uruk-hai would have just been on those slopes waiting for the defenders to start them off. Instead, they chose to storm the walls, which is what Theoden did not want. He did not want the forces of Isengard to get ladders and start attacking directly.
Mm-hmm.
That would result in them losing a lot of life on both sides, but Isengard doesn't care about loss of life.
No,
it just wants the head of the king.
They're birthing orcs like it's
like Catholic.
No, you know what? I'm not going to finish my comment.
Like Catholic rabbits?
Oh, she's a good childish woman.
No.
Fucking hell. Rob, I love you.
Because mine made no sense. So his made sense. So
it's a good Irish Catholic woman right there. That's a child, all right.
I am moving along to the next question unless somebody has something else to add about their structure, because it's gonna evolve even further. Good? No? Okay.
No, not good.
Now, so we're moving back a fight with the orcs on wargs. Did I pronounce that right? Wargs.
Wargs.
Okay. What did you think about that fight? And can we talk about how Legolas climbed onto the frickin' horse in front of Gimli without hurting Gimli?
Skill.
Like literally, he notches an arrow, puts the arrow down, brings his arm, like he even brings like the weirdest arm up so he can push himself. I'm like,
Orlando Bloom is talented.
Orlando Bloom is actually an elf.
Orlando Bloom is actually an elf. Like I firmly believe this, but like, dude,
That makes sense.
For those who
Fucking
don't know, elves are weightless.
That's why they make no noise when they walk.
That explains
also why-
the Battle of the Five Armies when they're running over the top of the dwarves.
Yeah, or why he was able to jump on top of the falling stones, or why he was able to walk on top of the snow while everyone else had to walk through it.
Uh-huh.
Elves are effectively weightless, and the only reason they don't blow over the wind is because they actually do have weight. It's just magical weightlessness, meaning it could be whatever bullshit they want it to be.
Yeah.
It can be heavy enough to block a sword, but it light enough to just sort of walk on top of freshly fallen snow without
Can I
leaving
have
tracks.
that ability to just walk on top of freshly fallen snow? Because
No,
I really
you're a
hate
hobbit. You if it gets over 2 feet, you die.
I mean facts, but still.
I'm trying not to laugh. I'm trying not to laugh. I'm trying.
So anyway, what did you think about that battle with the orcs?
It was a
I
fucking
enjoyed that.
battle and a half.
Yeah, holy shit! Like, I really liked the Helm's Deep battle. It was good. It was good.
We're not talking about the Helm's Deep battle.
We're not. What's wrong?
No, we're talking about the battle where Legolas gets awkwardly onto a horse.
Oh yeah. Oh, I like that one. That one was funny.
Are you paying attention to me at all?
Yes. I thought, but the last thing I remember was us still talking about Helm's Deep. So I thought we were still talking about the Battle of Helm's Deep.
You're loud.
Sorry, God.
You're loud.
Fuck you.
You're loud.
Fuck you.
Did you just panda paw him?
Yes, I did. Hi, baby.
Y'all are fucked. I thought my
Yeah,
relationship was weird.
I like this battle because it is a sort of it is one of the first times you get to see what a cavalry battle looks like when you're fighting monstrous cavalry.
Uh-huh.
Because those wargs are a form of cavalry that can more effectively fight back than a horse. Do not mistake it. A horse, when it rears up and swings its legs, can kill a man. But a warg can do that with its mouth.
I love how the fight started, which was with Legolas just standing on the hill. One arrow. Like he did it slowly and methodically, and it was great.
And he never runs out of arrows, unlike Hawkeye. So Legolas is better than Hawkeye.
I mean, yes,
He did run out. He did run out in Battle of the Five Armies.
he did.
I didn't
I'm
ask
gonna
for
need you
your
to leave my man
making
Hawkeye
sense.
alone. I believe.
And for all
I'm
you
attacking
know,
my man
he's
Hawkeye.
recycling his arrows. He's taking them from the dead and putting them back into his quiver. Just, throwing that out there.
That's
That
the
is-
most metal shit ever.
This is one of the things I noticed about Rohan. For as effective of a light cavalry force as they are, they don't utilize horse archers, which makes me very sad.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
They have some, which you may see later, but they don't have a dedicated regiment for horse archers.
So where shall?
Please.
What is the next question, Susie?
What do you think of Faramir and his band of scouts?
Wait, we didn't get. What about Aragorn taking a spill?
Oh yeah. Do you think Aragorn survived?
In the moment?
Yeah.
No. I thought he was 5 shades of fucked. I thought when that orc was pretty much saying he fell, he's gone. I'm like, no, that can't happen. No.
But it has happened. It happened twice before. We lost Boromir and Gandalf. We got one back. Boromir's still off a fucking river.
Yeah, and I immediately afterwards, when they're like yelling at the orc, I'm like, I brought up the Star Wars reference before. You did not see the dead body. So I'm literally like, he's dead, right? Yeah, he's probably dead. The body's not there.
mean, he dropped into the water, so
Fuck
thought he
you and your logic. Nobody asked you to bring logic into this.
You do every week.
There was a moment where you saw the horse limp up to him. Did you think you were seeing a corpse?
I'm not sure which one of us you're talking to.
AJ.
Oh, okay.
No, because I don't think the horse would have walked up to a corpse.
Mm.
I'm pretty sure animals know a dead body well before a human can figure out it's a dead body.
I mean, dogs technically check on their owners whether they're dead or not, and they'll lay next to them.
Yeah,
And
but
that
if the-
horse was shown, and Aragorn was shown to be a good horse master.
dang it, only if he could have been a good fisherman.
Rude. They would
No?
never be without fish. They would never be without food.
No, that was a master baiter joke.
AJ,
I'm sorry. I could not resist.
Next question.
what do you think of Faramir and his band of scouts? Now they make my phone do weird the fucking things.
Faramir is the elf.
No, Faramir was the Gondorian.
He's the one who captured Frodo and Sam.
Oh, the brother of
Boromir.
I thought they were dicks. Oh, I thought they were big dicks. Well, I'm just putting it this way. Gollum, they understand who Gollum is. They're literally about to execute him to just see if Frodo has what they think he has.
Yeah.
But I will say, Faramir kind of goes back on all his honor, the reason why he's on this quest, just to be like, if they say you're the one that's going to fix all this, go. So I liked his character development in the 10-15 minutes of screen time that they had together.
Yeah.
He went from hard ass jackass to, if it's you, fuck it, go. Anybody else? Rob, you want to go on your 5-minute tangent on the current subject?
All right, so does anyone else want to go before me? James?
Hold on. I agree with everyone's statement that they're about to say. There you go. The floor is yours.
Will?
No, go on your tangent.
I'm good because whatever you're going to say is probably along the lines of what I'm going to say. So,
Yeah.
You do you, boo.
Faramir's scouts are incredibly effective. This was was this the scene with the Easterlings on the Mumax?
Elephants? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The ability to deny your enemy those kinds of reinforcements are huge, and they are incredibly effective at forest raiding. Essentially, it's a hellish kind of guerrilla warfare to fight against, and they were utilizing it to like the maximum ability. Faramir himself is a fucking asshole.
Asshole.
He redeems himself, but there is that bit of Gondorian corruption in him, where he wants power, he wants recognition, and he'll do anything he can to get it to a point. And he wasn't above killing someone that he didn't know who Gollum was. He honestly didn't. All he knew was this thing might be important to this guy, and this guy might have something I want. So let's fucking kill this thing and find out. That's an asshole move to do. It worked. I'm not going to say it didn't, but still an asshole. As a leader of men, he doesn't have many equals because he's able to get some 5 to 1,000 men to constantly raid these giant elephant caravans. I don't know about you, but if I was facing a gigantic 20-foot tall beast of burden with tusks bigger than my house, I'm gonna look at my pointy stick launcher and then the road behind me.
Yeah, pretty much.
He's an effective commander for getting his men into that position and fighting.
You have such a long neck. Anybody else have anything to add to Rob's 5-minute tangent?
Well, he still has about 12 seconds.
And he has some great hair. I mean, wow.
There you go.
You had to bring it to the hair.
Just had to bring up the hair.
But I have a beard.
Yes. You ready for your next question?
That is fair, man.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think of the Ents? I pronounced that wrong, and I'm aware.
And
a little bit of their culture that we get to see.
Rob, you might as well just start with this.
They talk too long.
They really do. Took them all day to say good morning.
Is this where Merry and Pippin are waiting for their verdict if they're going to help or not?
Yep.
Yeah, that was a long fucking meeting. Didn't they say no at first?
They did say no.
Okay. But didn't they end up coming and help anyway?
Yeah, because Freeboard let out that roar.
When he saw what happened to all of the trees at Isengard.
Oh.
That he's known since they
Wizard should know better.
I honestly feel like their culture is literally going at like the snail of a snailless pace. Words.
You're trying, and I respect you for it.
I will now call them tree sloths.
But yeah, if they could have helped in that fight a lot sooner, if they were like, are we doing this? Are we doing this? No, fuck you, we're doing this. All right, let's go.
Yeah.
It's kind of how our conversations does not. We ask questions and 3 days later, we still don't have answers.
Or sometimes I go, hey, yo, we're going to go do this. Be ready to go.
See, you're the Hobbit. You get things moving.
And there's always food.
There's always food. Nobody's allowed to starve when they come see me.
When it's with me and Red, we take about 4 to 10 hours to decide what we're trying to eat that day.
It's usually sushi.
No, it's usually some form of Italian.
Ooh, Italian. I'll give you Italian.
Burger. You want me one? Got some hot sausage there?
AJ, would you like to see your way out now?
Maybe like a spicy Vienna.
Okay, now we're done with the sexual innuendo. Damn it, I said I didn't want to get good at it.
And moving right along, what were your favorite highlights from the battle at Helm's Deep? Or nobody can answer.
Oh,
That's
when they were
fine too.
freaking side arrowing the.
Why are
the
you
things.
turning around to talk to me?
I was just about to ask that.
Got a dog suckling on you gently.
So, Will, what was your favorite highlight from the Battle of Helm's Deep?
Remember when that phalanx was coming up the path? And then
The orc phalanx with the shield on top. Just
Oh, okay.
And they kept knocking
That's what
each
a
other
phalanx
off.
is, Susie.
Rob just went. "Ugh."
Rob was
Like,
giving me
Rob's frozen.
epilepsy earlier.
I'm back. That's what a phalanx is, Susie.
I didn't know that's what that was called. So okay, continue.
So my favorite part after Will said his was when they were setting up the ladders and everything, and they're running up to it, and the bows are just right at the top. It's like,
Yeah.
da-da-da, da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da.
Do I know my favorite part?
Yes,
It's a Gimli scene.
of course it fucking is.
It's a Gimli.
Oh yeah, I know. Where he can't see.
I can't make it over there. I can't jump that far. Just throw me. Just toss me. Don't tell the elf. Just toss me.
No. One of my favorite parts is before the fight even starts, and they're all standing at the top of the ledge, and you can
I
barely see
can't
the top
see
of his
them.
head.
Where did you
You had to
Would you
pick
like me
somewhere
to-
where
would
I
you like me
couldn't
to-
see.
Would you like me to describe it, or should I fetch you a stool?
Susie,
No,
this
it's
sounds
not.
like a conversation me and you would have.
Would you like me to describe it, or would you like a box?
It
I
sounds
like-
like I was saying to her, and then I would get hit.
Sounds like something Will would say to Susie about something on the top shelf in the kitchen.
You just
I
triggered
see Will
Will.
moving it higher.
Wait, how did I trigger Will? He looks like he's laughing. I thought triggered
not
was a bad
laughing.
thing.
He's like hyperventilating behind me.
You don't have to turn around to look into the.
No,
Yeah,
he's doing this on purpose.
that looks like a psychopath behind you.
Oh, my favorite scene.
Yeah, Rob, talk about your favorite scene. Is what looks like we're about to witness a murder.
The ride out. The Sally Forth. Where Aragorn and Theoden lead a cavalry charge out of Helm's Deep.
Oh, on the horses down the path, and
Yeah,
Gandalf
while
appears.
Gimli's blowing the horn.
Yeah. I love that
And
scene.
and the speech leading up to that from Aragorn.
Why do I feel like you have the speech on your phone in front of you?
I don't. I have the questions.
Oh, okay.
I do not have the speech on my phone in front of me. I, however, got distracted by a warmer. So
Oh, I shouldn't have did that again.
By the way, it's a funny little thing. When Legolas is cresting the hill towards the opening, he says, "The red sun rises. Blood has been shed this morning."
Yeah.
Tell him what dawn is. Does he know what dawn is?
He probably knows a Dawn.
But that's my
Cha,
favorite
cha,
scene.
cha, cha.
Will, did you say your favorite scene?
Yes.
Okay, James, do you have a favorite highlight from the
You already mentioned it.
we already mentioned it? Okay.
Box.
Mm-hmm. I love me some short jokes.
We know. Trust me.
All right, but closing it out, there was as the battle ends, they all run into Fangorn. And so to put into perspective, for those who've been with us for a while, the entire orc army just ran into a forest of whomping willows.
Yep. Essentially.
So, funny story about that, because I didn't know you were actually going to take it there right now. I was watching this at 1 a.m, and I was watching it happen. I had my headphones on, and I'm giggling. It was giggling, not full out laughing, but giggling loud enough where I get a message on my phone. AJ, shut it off. Come to bed. I replayed that scene twice just because they're running in and you're. The only thing that would make it better if you heard tiny screams.
That tiny Wilhelm scream.
Yeah.
Far off in the
AJ, that's the moment right there where any movie would go gray. You're like, yeah, that's me and my friends right now. Wonder how we got into this predicament? Just stick around. We'll show you.
Or the oh god, what's
I'm Johnny
that?
Knoxville. Welcome to Jackass.
What's that old TV show? Curve Your Enthusiasm? The song from that.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I need that scene now with that in the background. Like I
I'm
need
Johnny
this now.
Knoxville. Welcome to Jackass.
Yo, for any of our listeners or viewers, please send us a meme. That will make my day.
No, Will, every time I walk into your house, it's the "Hi, I'm Johnny Knoxville. Welcome to Jackass."
And then you immediately try to go down the stairs, and I always think something bad's going to happen.
No, try living in my house when Rob spends the night and I have to walk by and slowly look down the stairs to make sure he's not just scared the fucking crap out of me.
One of these days, you're going to turn, and then I'm just going to come out of the bathroom and shout at the top of my lungs, "Hey, Susie!"
Hey,
And
you
I'll
and
just
I
see you
walked
go
into
down.
each other. Smack. Like,
So Susie, I'm going to make a joke. It's just a joke. Do not take offense. Rob, you're gonna do that, and she's gonna turn into the ball from Indiana Jones with Will at the bottom of the stairs being
Great.
Indy.
great.
Oh
Do you want to know
my
what I'm thinking
God,
now? I'm thinking the Miley Cyrus song of "I Came in Like a Wrecking Ball."
I came in like a wreck.
That ceiling has enough craters in it already.
I never hit so hard in fuck.
Susie, breathe.
Okay, I'm moving on. What were your thoughts about Pippin and Merry's action to take the Ents to Isengard? And what do you think of the Ents' reaction? Which we kind of covered a little bit, but I kind of thought it was ingenious that they were like, let's go south. We're small. We can sneak through Isengard without a fuss. There won't be any issues. They literally tricked Treebeard into taking them to Isengard so he could see the damage.
I absolutely like Pippin and Merry. I think they're by far one of the smartest characters outside of Gandalf. Just because how cunning they are and how they think of like, oh, why the fuck do we not just do that? Kind of like what you saw there.
Yeah, I mean that's a really good example.
James, dead air. Hi.
I agree with you guys fully on this. I mean, everyone's covered it. So I have nothing else to add to it. I had a joke, but my joke was lame, so I'm ignoring it.
Oh, okay. Will,
I demand the joke.
I
No.
demand you answer the question.
All right, fuck it. Well,
The James joke. Bitch.
fine. They brought them to uproot the situation.
That was funny. I like that. See, James, your jokes are funny. People like your fucking jokes.
Why are you yelling over my shoulder? You have your own camera.
Oh yeah.
He doesn't have his own mic. That's the problem.
God, I am literally
He
just
does have his
looking
own
at
mic.
thin
It's
air.
muted.
Yeah, that's why I keep turning around. It's because I hear the sound from the back, so I feel like I have to turn around to talk to you people. Love you.
Turn around.
Every now and then I get a little.
bit closer to Isengard.
Oh God.
Rob, just go. Please save us.
All
5
right,
minutes to
so
go.
We tricking trees.
I do love the low cunning of the hobbits, but I love the battle for Isengard. I mean, you could say it was on fire. It was lit like that one end.
Yes.
2 ends, 5 ends. They were on fire. But just
marshmallows.
seeing a horde of angry trees and thinking, fuck you, nature. You're why I'm in here.
Wait, speaking of this, Rob, we're taking down trees this weekend. Are you going to feel any bad about this?
I mean, no. No. Do you know how many leaves I have to blow because of those 2 trees? They're oaks.
What happens to not getting good at it?
I'm guessing it leaves you in a bad position.
Fuck you, Will. I was going to make that joke, damn it. So, when I saw that imp on fire, I immediately thought of my wife. Wait, no, Susie, you're gonna remember this. Remember
Oh my
with
god, yes! Oh my god, yes! There's a reason she's not allowed near a fire.
remember with the racket?
Yeah.
Oh, let me just roast something on a plastic racket.
Yeah, she's not allowed near fire no more. No,
Now it would have made sense if it was like an aluminum racket with metal.
no, it was a nice. It was nylon.
It
Next,
doesn't work. It just sort of goes through.
it melts.
Yeah.
It stinks.
Yeah.
Susie, next question.
What do you think about the besieged city of? I'm not pronouncing this.
Osgiliath.
Thank you. And what about the aftermath?
Rob, just go first because I'm trying to remember this.
All right, so this is the city just outside of, in between Minas Tirith and the Black Gate of Mordor. And this is where Faramir takes Frodo, Sam, and Gollum. And it's one of the first times we get to see the fell beasts that the Nazgul ride.
I don't remember
They're
this
so
part.
pretty. They're so pretty.
You don't remember this part?
I don't remember this part at all.
See, I love this because I particularly love this scene because Faramir realizes how much Sam cares for Frodo, and two, about the ring. He has a realization and sets them free to go to Mordor and destroy the ring. And his the soldiers are like, you realize what that's going to do to your honor? And he's like, so kill me, I don't care. This is for better for humanity. Us
Oh,
keeping the ring doesn't
I
help
touched
us.
on that.
Yeah, that's this scene.
Oh, okay.
The city that they're in when they're released from Faramir is called Osgiliath.
So, hold on. What do you think of Gollum taking? Okay, so there's no question about this, but I don't know if this is around the same time where Frodo starts to get fixated on the ring and Sam kind of kicks him out of it.
It's that scene. That's what we're talking
Yes.
about.
Okay, and then Frodo literally pulls out the orc knife and I was like,
Yeah.
motherfucker, I would do it. I will fucking
Well,
do
he's
it.
still in the ring state. Once he knocks out of the ring state, he puts his sword down because he realizes it's Sam. Because
Yeah,
unfortunately, he has to get away from the Nazgul.
That's a lot of water.
Yeah. So Osgiliath is it is just outside of Minas Tirith, which is the capital of Gondor, and it lies in between Gondor and the Black Gate of Mordor, which is the entrance to Sauron's kingdom.
Isn't it supposed to be like the
It is the former capital.
but isn't it also supposed to be the oh my god, the
You're gonna have to work with me here.
the not watchtower, but like the one that's supposed to know when Mordor is doing something?
No, there is a city just outside of it. You remember in the Fellowship of the Ring when the 9 riders ride from that giant green glowing place?
Yeah.
That's the city that's supposed to be watching Mordor.
Oh, okay. I knew it was something like that.
That got taken really early on in the war. So everyone was blind to what was happening in Mordor because of that. That's why Mordor was allowed to get so powerful, because no one had eyes in Mordor.
Well, there's other reasons too, but we'll get to them in the third
There's
one.
plenty of reasons, but that was one of the biggest ones. They lost their primary watchtower. So Osgiliath itself is a city divided by a giant river.
Mhm.
So the city is basically divided into 2 parts. And the part we're seeing is the part on the western side facing Mordor. Eastern side facing Mordor. Yeah. Circle. So Sam and Frodo and Gollum all leave from that part of the city to the Black Gate.
Yeah. Which leads to my final question, but does anybody have anything to add about Osgiliath?
Right, not the Black Gate. The tunnel. The tunnel. The tunnel.
This is the part where Will starts singing that song.
He's not. He's
Secret tunnel
I hate you.
Through the mountain.
tunnel through the mountain.
Stop.
Secret tunnel.
Okay, so now that nobody has anything to add about Osgiliath, I don't
It is
remember
also
how-
an incredibly important fortification that if it falls, Mordor has open reign on Gondor.
Yes. Which is crucial.
Mm.
Who do you think Gollum is taking Frodo and Sam to see? I know the answer to this.
So do I.
Is it Saruman?
He does not have a penis.
Yeah, it's a she. So you can
Oh.
guess. It could be any number of things.
It's a she?
It's a she.
Is it somebody we've already met?
No.
Then I don't
That you know of.
fucking know.
Well, true that you know of. I mean, you could guess somebody that we've already met.
Well, the
You
only
could guess somebody from the Hobbit movies.
important person I could think of is Galadriel.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Anybody else got any guesses? Preferably wrong answers if you know the answer.
Wu Tang.
Okay.
You're proud of
No,
yourself, aren't
Nicki
you?
Minaj.
He said wrong answer. So I had to give you the right one.
No, man, it's gonna be Nicki Minaj. You know it is. That's the right answer. Come on, you know, yeah, it just came to you. And it
Jesus logged out of this chat.
My Anaconda, don't.
Don't mix that song in Lord of the Rings. Oh God. Now I see Gimli singing the whole entire song.
All right,
Okay.
Susie.
It's in my head. I hate you.
Okay, so I have kind of 4 more questions. But if you had to pick a favorite scene in this movie, what would it be? Like for me, it would be the whole Battle of Helm's Deep.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
actually going to go for that. I was going to ask you, can it be my favorite fight as well?
Yes.
Yeah, it's the Battle for Helm's Deep.
Battle for Helm's Deep.
Helm's Deep, but then aesthetic wise, it was also watching Frodo kind of get carried by the bodies because they used to run wallpaper at one point and it was so vividly just dark and entertaining for me.
Will, do you have a
God, my
favorite?
personality's changed.
Favorite scene is when they are doing the when Gimli and Legolas are doing their bet.
Oh my God, yes.
Like,
They become BFFs.
And then, so AJ's favorite fight is Helm's Deep. For me, my favorite fight is actually the end fight against Isengard.
And the Tower of Orthanc.
Yes. Who else? Favorite fights, people? James, favorite fight?
Home Deep.
Yeah.
Helm's Deep.
Mine as well. I think there was a lot within that, probably about a half hour, 45 minutes worth of a fight. No, I don't think it was that long, but it was a pretty good duration of a fight.
It was a long fight.
Which, to be fair,
What-
that's how long a storming session would last.
Yeah.
You don't want to go over an hour. But the whole Battle for Helm's Deep took like I want to say a day.
I
And
mean,
you don't want your storming to go over that for the defenders, because then your defenders are getting tired, exhausted.
I think it started at night and it ended at daybreak.
Yeah, so 12 hours.
Something like that. Yeah. Because it's nighttime when the orcs arrive, and the ending of the fight is when Gandalf shows up at dawn the next day. So it's probably like maybe 5 hours. It really wasn't a long time frame.
All right, what's your next one, Susie?
Favorite character? Nobody?
No,
Anybody?
I'm thinking.
Really?
I'm just
I
filling
mean,
dead air at
obviously,
this point.
the goat of all characters, Gimli. I mean, he's always been my favorite. Ask Rob,
Gimli's
who
my
I played when we were
favorite.
playing like a game.
Gimli is like my favorite in this movie. It's only for the fact that I feel him and his shortness.
His one-liners all movie.
His one-liners all movie. Just I feel it.
But continuing, it's not Sam in this movie, and it could have been.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna break the rules. It's gonna be Merry and Pippin.
I'm okay with it being both of them.
In this movie, they are essentially one unit.
Exactly.
I love their character dynamic through the whole thing, how they stuck together, how they really worked with the Emps. Right? Did I say that right? Ents. And they really, I think, helped with bringing those trees into the battle to a certain extent.
Oh yeah, they definitely did.
And unfortunately turned one into kindling. Rob.
Robert James.
My grandma's on fire.
My grandmother's on fire. That's an old in joke between me and him and those people who watched that one episode of Doctor Who where London's on fire. Real specific, I know. My favorite character in this, I think it has to be Sam, because already we're seeing some development with Sam.
I'm excited
in
to
that
see where he
he's
goes.
not in that he's not developing at all. He's staying the same person where everyone else is changing.
I love his consistency. I love it. Did James go?
Yeah.
Not yet. Did he? Did you go?
What, my favorite? Yeah, I said Gimli.
Yeah, again.
Oh, yeah.
So Will, who's your favorite?
My favorite character?
Yes.
Honestly, in this one, it's Aragorn.
Why?
Because this is where he like more turns into like a leader like position.
Okay. I mean, I can 100% see that. And I am glad he's starting to be able to, because he is a very good character. He also has a lot of backstory in this movie with the I would call them dream sequences where he sees Liv Tyler.
Arwen.
Yeah. I couldn't remember the movie name, but I remember the actress name, because she was dating Ben Affleck in Armageddon.
Yeah, it's Arwen, daughter of Elrond.
But Susie, is there one more, or are we done?
There is. Least favorite character.
Least favorite.
Least favorite.
Fuck you.
For me,
Shit.
it's Gollum.
Gollum.
I have I like him better in the third movie than I do in this one. But he's definitely like my least. Like, I really like to skip the scenes that he's in movie.
A lot of people think the same thing. Ethan said the same thing.
Yeah.
A lot of people say this is one of their favorite Lord of the Rings movies. Except they hate half of it.
This is not my favorite Lord of the Rings movie.
So I might be gonna get yelled at for this, and I 100% understand. Mine is Theoden.
Theoden.
Yeah, because I think as much as he wants to do well for his city or whatever you want to call him, he is so full of himself, and I think he 100% costs lives with some of the stuff he does. He probably should have killed Wormtongue, number one, even though insert Aragorn stopped him, because you should have assumed he was going straight to Saruman. And unfortunately, they said Wormtongue told Saruman, this is where they're going, this is how you attack, this is how you deal with it. It's fine. We're going to Helm's Deep. We'll be fine. No problem. They won, but a shit ton of casualties still happened.
But a shit ton of casualties would have still happened whether Wormtongue had given them the details or not.
Yeah, but they probably could have figured out somewhere else to have gone.
Not really. I know the map of Rohan. They had two other options, both of which were taken longer, and neither of which were anywhere near as defensible as Edoras, let alone Helm's Deep.
Yeah, so it's you pick your battle, it was closer, so
Yeah. Granted, he wasn't wise in making the decisions he did, even though they were the only decisions available to him. The Helm's Deep itself had no siege equipment, so it had no way to fire back at the enemy other than with archeries, other than with archers. So they didn't have any ballistas. They didn't have a catapult. There was an entire open area right behind that strip of wall that you could have posted siege engines. Even a single trebuchet would have made a difference in that battle.
Yeah, but that's kind of what I'm saying. I felt like for the most part of this movie, he was kind of full of himself and thought too high of himself. And I don't want to say he thought he was untouchable, but kind of.
There was a bit of pride to him.
Yeah.
My least favorite character was Ho. I think I'm gonna go with Frodo.
ooh. Why?
Controversial.
I'm thinking of all that time Bilbo had the ring. He never went as bad as Frodo. Like, first year he had it, like there was that time the spider tried to take the ring from him, take it, and he freaked and he went stabby stab. But at the end of the day, 60 years later, he was able to just go.
Yeah.
Frodo, he's already starting to break. I think Bilbo was cut from tougher cloth.
Could it also be because because
I will say the Black Riders have their reason. Yes, the Black Riders are a reason, but a lot of the degradation started when he met Gollum.
Yeah, well, what I was asking is it also because he's getting closer to Mordor?
Not really. It's more to do with one, the Screech of the Black Riders. The Screech of the Black Riders activates the ring. Him getting closer to Mordor will have an effect if he gets to Mordor. Because as of right now, the eye can't see through the mountain range.
Okay, yeah.
But it was on the trip through the spiky rock place where even then he was starting to get snappy with Sam. He was doubting himself. He said he's basically putting all of his hopes into Gollum. Gollum. He is basing his success or failure as onto whether or not he can save Gollum.
Which is really not.
It is not a good look. So that's why Frodo's my least favorite character in this movie.
Anybody else have a least favorite character? No.
What about you?
I never thought about
said
it like
Gollum.
that.
Yeah.
She said Gollum. James, did you say somebody?
No, like shit, I never really thought about least favorite character. Like, holy crap. Like, bro, come back to me in a couple of years after I watch the movie like 30 more times. I'll be able to give you an opinion. But like me, I'm just like, oh my god, I'm just happy with everything going on. I've never like I'm gonna
Yeah, I
lose
thought
sleep
about
over
this
that.
for a
without
while.
getting yet. Don't worry, I'll
Alright,
message you
you make
later
you lose
on.
sleep.
with this.
Was not my intention to make you lose sleep.
Totally was. Don't lie.
How about you, Will?
Will, do you
Yeah,
have a
I
least
mean-
favorite character?
I do. The fucking Ents, man. Those indecisive little fucks.
Oh,
Them fucking
okay.
NFTs.
Yeah. Like, goddamn, like, just decide to sell the NFT or not. Like, just, like, fuck.
I'm sorry. But that's it. That's all I got.
Hold on, I'll change it right now. Gollum, because he's the evil little midget. There you go.
He's an evil little
Yeah, how are
man.
you gonna throw shade at Susie like that?
Oh, damn.
Because I am an evil little midget.
There you go, Susie. We need the shotgun. I mean,
It's One
okay,
Direction.
he's not here at the moment.
Okay. AJ, do you want to do sign off?
Sure. Will, Mr. Gandalf the Smelly, where can people find your stench?
In the digital world.
Ugh.
No. There's no such thing as scratch and sniff on a digital thing. Oh, I don't even want to
Oh,
think about that.
Move your chair so I can show context. I'm playing fucking Digimon.
I know you were playing this that whole time. I was watching you.
Yeah. So I'm in the digital world, obviously. God, fucking weebs.
Wow. Who pissed in your Cheerios?
You.
Who sat on the
Who
wrong
files your
dildo?
cornflakes?
You.
I'm gonna set your cereal on fire tomorrow.
I'm gonna set your pee-pee on fire.
Not using enough fire is not working.
James,
Continuing on.
James the Gray. Where are you pointing that 12 gauge?
At the people who are not using the fire correctly. Why are you not using it correctly?
So no, I
Like
saw a
Homer Simpson
TikTok.
make
I saw a
like
TikTok
Homer-
earlier today with cereal on fire.
it's like
Jess
Homer
showed me
Simpson
that.
trying to make cereal. Just those. Oh.
Yeah. That's
Elgost?
literally
Ugh.
Eligos?
You can find me in the Kingdom of Arnor.
What was that again?
Is that where you're leaving it?
Yeah,
You're leaving it in
This-
the kingdom of what?
Arnor, which is in the north, just past the Shire. It's the third kingdom of man, which you never frickin' see.
Is that a
And
good
it's what
thing
the
or a
Dunedain
bad thing? Did Susie just change her name?
no.
When did you change it?
I changed it at the beginning of the episode.
Hi AJ, how you doing?
All right, Susie, where can people find you, you resident hobbit piece of sh?
You can find me in the Shire,
And
updating
what
on YouTube.
And
Wife of Farmer Maggot.
No, you know what? No, I can't with you today.
And speaking of the YouTubes, starting pretty much very soon, we're gonna have the episodes release on the same day for audio and video. So go like the Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast YouTube page. And for me, go find Rob Paulson because I need to go find that audio clip to insert right here.
Hey, you guys, this is 625 here from Lilo and Stitch. Some people think of me as AJ Coppola. I don't care. Just follow me on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, Twitch at NDTA Jalistar15, and Xbox and PSN at AJ Allstar 15. I should have said AJ Allstar, but I'm a sandwich maker. What the hell do I know? Do yourself a favor. Go get yourself a hot fudge marshmallow tuna fish and ham sandwich. All right? Take care of yourself. Goodbye.
Thank you, Ryan Crowford, for coming on, Revline Racing's owner, for telling us about their sponsorship stuff and how much we actually help them with bringing people on, more eyes to their product along with our product. So we very much enjoy the partnership. For this week, we talked about The Lord of the Rings, Two Towers. It's a lot of fun. Can't wait to talk about whatever the third movie's called, which Robert Susie's about to say.
Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. Also, are you sure it's Lord of the Rings and the Two Towers, not Lord of the Rings and the Three Towers?
That's a
That was
completely
Seven Towers.
different movie.
Why? What's the Three Towers?
I think that's the first time Rob and I have been on the same wavelength all day today.
All right, everybody. Before it gets even darker, bye.
The
Bye.
Towers of Peter.
Dildos wagons.